कराम्बुजयुग्मेन सातङ्कनेत्रान् मोहश्वासकम्पात्रिरेखाङ्ककण्ठा पिताग्रैवं दामोदरं भक्तिपदम् विधिदीक्ष्वलीलाभिरानन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तमाख्यापयन्तम् तडीशिताग्नेषु भक्तैर्जितत्वाम् पुनः प्रेमतस्तं सदा वृत्तिवन्दे परं देवमोक्षां न मोक्षावधिं वा न चान्यं वृणेहां वरीषडपीह इदं ते वा पूर्णात् गोपालबालम् तदा मे मनश्चाविराष्टं किमन्वे इदं ते मूकाम्बोजम् अत्यन्तनीलये वृतं कुण्ठलैः स्निग्धरक्ते च गोप्या मोहचुम्बिकां रक्तादरं मे मनस्याविराष्टं हरं लक्षलाभै नमो देव दामोदरानन्द विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजालविमग्नम् कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्यातिदीनं बतानो गृहणे च मामग्नं वेद्यक्षिदृशा कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धमूर्त्यैव यद्वात् स्वयमुचितौ भक्तिभाजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच्छ नमो क्षेग्रहोमि श्रीदामोदरेह नमस्तेस्तु धाम्ने सुरदीप्तिधाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायात विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवयतुभ्यम् नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवयतुभ्यम् नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवयतुभ्यम् जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर श्री राधे जय यशोदा दामोदर यशोदा दामोदर यशोदा दामोदर श्री राधे जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव निताय गौरा हरि बोल गौरा हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल कृष्णा 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 हे कृष्णा 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 हे कृष्ण केशव कृष्ण केशव कृष्ण केशव पाहि मां कृष्ण केशव कृष्ण केशव कृष्ण केशव पाहि मां राम राघव राम राघव राम राघव राक्षस मां राम राघव राम राघव राम राघव रक्षमान् कृष्णा 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 कृष्ण कृष्णा कृष्ण हे कृष्णा 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 कृष्ण कृष्णा कृष्ण हे कृष्णा 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 कृष्ण 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 हे जय गौरनिताय 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 ग्रंथराज श्री चैतन्य चरितामृता की जय श्री कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी महाराज की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय सामेत भक्त वृंद की जय All glories assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरऋषे नमः पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरंगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे गुरवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय धरालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं भङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरून् दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरं हरिः ओम तत्सत्। Hare Krishna. So thank you all for joining in for our Chaitanya Charitamrita section this morning. We are on Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lilla, chapter number 19, where Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is instructing Srila Rupa Goswami at Ramakeli, Prayag actually. They're meeting at Prayag, wherein Prayag we saw yesterday. We discussed how Prayag is the confluence of the three rivers. Ganga, Yamuna, and Saraswati. So in this confluence, there is Vallabha Bhattacharya, who's from Samadha Sampradaya. He's come, and Rupa Goswami and his younger brother Vallabha. They are also there to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this auspicious place, which is called Prayaga. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is introducing Vallabha Bhattacharya to Rupa and Rupa Goswami and Vallabha. And Rupa Goswami in all his humility, we discussed it extensively yesterday, how Sanatana Goswami also had this innate quality of humility in him, which which makes all these Goswamis very, very dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yeah. So Rupa Goswami, he told Vallabha Bhattacharya, "Oh, don't touch me. I'm very, very impure." Why did he think himself very lowly? He thought himself very low because he was working for the Nawab Hussain, right? Sakar Malik and Dhabir Khas. So Sanatana Goswami could not escape yet. He's in the process of escaping, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we saw yesterday how he was telling Rupa Goswami that Sanatana Goswami has already escaped, right? Then he saw how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord himself. He's three Kali. That means he knows all the three Kalas. What happened in the past, what is happening now in various parts of the world, what we are thinking in our heart, and what is going to happen in the future. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Rupa Goswami that Sanatana Goswami has already escaped from the jail. Right? And then we also saw how Nawab Hussain has put Sanatana Goswami in the jail because Sanatana Goswami does not want to continue with that work. He's a prime minister. He's getting loads of money from the Nawab. But his desire is to give up everything and go in the service of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Nawab is very, very angry. He does not want to leave Sanatana Goswami, right? Sometimes, even in this world, we see when we want to change jobs, our boss does not want to leave us, right? Because we may be working very nicely, we are an asset to the organization, and they've also spent a lot in training us. So they say, you cannot leave us, right? They ask us to sign a bond. You have to work here at least for 3 years, like that. So like that, Sanatana Goswami was also very exemplary in his work. Chaitanya Maha, that Nawab Hussain Shah did not want to leave him. He said, you cannot go. I'm going to put you behind bars. So in this way, we saw how Rupa Goswami left by distributing certain amount of his wealth. He gave it. He gave a portion to for Sanatana Goswami to escape from the jail. And then he gave a certain portion, 50% to the Vaishnavas, 25% he kept for emergency, and 25% for his relatives, like that. He distributed his wealth, and then he has now come to Prayag and meeting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we are seeing how Rupa Goswami is feeling very humble, right? I've been working for a Mohammedan, right? For a Mohammedan king, Nawab Hussain Shah. Although he was born in a Brahminical family, he said that I'm very low, right? I don't consider myself a Brahmana, right? Because I've been working for the Nawab Hussain Shah. And we also see when Rupa Goswami said this, we also see how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what did he say? Yes, he's very low, but don't touch him, like that. And then finally we ended yesterday's verse of 71st verse, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually indirectly was glorifying our Rupa Goswami. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is glorifying the qualities of humility of the two brothers, or even Vallabha for that matter, Vallabha, Rupa and Sanatana, how they are all embodiments of humility, and how we also saw how humility is the most essential quality for a person to become dear to Lord Sri Krishna. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said in the 3rd verse to Shikshashtakam, Srinadapi Shuni Chena Taro Riva Shahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. Only one who has humility, one who has tolerance, one who offers all respect to others, one who does not expect any respect in return. Such a person can do Kirtaniya Sadahari. So that is why these two brothers, Rupa and Sanatana, they were always chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, because humility was so much ingrained in them, right? Duhara Mukhe Nirantara Krishna Nama Shuni, right? They always continuously chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Batakahe Prabhura Kichu, Ingita Bhangi Jani, right? Only Vallabha Bhattacharya could understand the hints of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was saying, yes, Rupa Goswami is very low and all that. But what is he hinting? He's telling them, or he's hinting, not in a direct way, but he's hinting that these two are always constantly chanting the names of Hare Krishna. How are they doing it? Because of their humility, because of the humility that is there in their heart. So Duhara Mukhe Krishna Nama Kariche Narthana Edui Adamanahe Haya Sarvottama, right? Kariche Narthana, the holy names of the Lord are dancing on the tongues of Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. So how Edui Adama Nahe? Adama means very, very fallen, right? Adama. There's one beautiful song. Adha Mera Prati. Okay, there's a beautiful song sung by Vaishnava Acharya. Which one?
Guru Kripa, Guru Krishna.
Correct.
Guru
Okay. Adamera Prati. Yeah, Prabhupada is singing. Thank you so much, Mataji. It's very wonderful. Yeah, Sindhu Mataji, thank you. So, in this song, what is Prabhupada saying? Prabhupada is saying, Guru Kripa Kveli Krishna Adhamera Prati. I am so fallen. Oh, Lord Krishna, please be merciful to this insignificant fallen soul, like that, right? So here, the same word is used, right? When we relate like this in study, that is how we understand the meaning of Sanskrit also, right? Here, Adama, of course, it's Bengali, but these words we can always understand. Adama, Adama Nahe, right? You cannot be Adama. Just the opposite word is used, but the same word is used. You cannot be fallen. Why? Because you're always chanting the holy names of the Lord. Edui Adama Nahe. Edui, who are they? Rupa and Sanatan. Haya Sarva Uttama. Sarva Uttama means the best of all the best of all people. Uttama means top class, like that. Okay. So, so with this, let's go on to text number 72. Now, there is a very beautiful verse, right? This verse is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Very wonderful verse, which actually talks about what is it that a pure devotee is actually interested in. Very wonderful verse. Okay, so I will request devotees, I'll share my screen. I'll request devotees to raise your hands, and if you'd like to read, you may do so. Text number 72. जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा अहो बदश्वो पचोतो गरीयान् यज्जीवाग्रे वर्तते नाम तुभ्यम् ते पूस्तपस्ते जुहुवो शश्नुरार्या ब्रह्मानुचूर्णाम गृह्णन्ति एते अहो बतश्वो पचोतो गरीयान् यज्जीवाग्रे वर्तते नाम तुभ्यम् ते पूस्तपस्ते जुहुवो शश्नुरार्या ब्रह्मानुचूर्णाम गृह्णन्ति एते. Yes, Sindhu Mataji, go ahead. You want to recite the verse?
Yes, Mataji, pronounce Mataji.
Hare Krishna, that is Pranamari.
Aho batasva pachato gariyan yajhe bagre vartate namatubhyam te pustapaste juhu shasnur Brahmanuchurnama grihnanti ete. Translation? Yeah. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vallabha Bhattacharya then recited the following verse. My dear Lord, one who always keeps your holy name on his tongue becomes greater than an initiated Brahmana. Although he may be born in a family of dog eaters and may therefore, by material calculation, be the lowest among men, he is still glorious. This is the wonderful effect of chanting the holy name of the Lord. It is therefore concluded that one who chants the holy name of the Lord should be understood to have performed all kinds of austerities and great sacrifices mentioned in the Vedas. He has already taken his bath in all the holy places of pilgrimage. He has studied all the Vedas and he is actually an Aryan.
Yeah. So this is from Srimad Bhagavatam 3.33.7. Yeah. Vartate Nama Tubhyam. That is the effect of chanting the holy names of the Lord. What is that? Even if a person is born in a Chandala family or lower than a Shudra family or even in the Shudra family, such a person automatically becomes greater than a Brahmana also. Generally, we know that a Brahmana is the topmost in the ladder. A Brahmana is the topmost in the ladder. And Brahmana is said to be like the head of the Lord, and then the arms of the Lord are the Kshatriyas, and then the thighs of the Lord are the Vaishyas, and the legs of the Lord are the Shudras. Right? In this way, Brahmana is said to be the highest in the society. But however, even if a person is born in the lowest class of a Shudra, but if he is practicing devotional service, if he is chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Vartate Nama Tubhyam. And what happens? He becomes even greater than a Brahmana. He becomes a Vaishnava, like that. Okay. So, and this is mentioned in all the Vedas. He's supposed to have performed all the sacrifices in the Vedas, right? Because what is the greatest sacrifice? Yajnartat, what is that? Yajnair Sankirtana Prayer. Yajantihi su medasaha. The most intelligent people, what kind of sacrifice they will do? They know that proper purified ghee is not available for the sacrifice. All the ingredients that are required for the sacrifice are not there. But what is available? A very easy form of remembering Krishna, which will equal to doing all the kinds of sacrifices. What is that? Yajnaya Sankirtana Prayer. Simply by doing Harinama Sankirtan. Sankirtan means we can do alone, sing bhajans in glorification of the Lord. Kirtan, that means we are singing the glories of the Lord. Sankirtan means in the association of the devotees, we all come together and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. A person who does this, he's actually taken his bath in all the holy places of the pilgrimage, and then he's supposed to have completed all kinds of sacrifices like that. Okay, text number 73. Shuni Mahaprabhu Tare Bahu Prasham Shila Prema Vishta Haya Shloka Padite Lagila. Anyone else wants to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandapranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavats.
सुनी महाप्रभु तारे बहु प्रशंशीला प्रेमाविष्टाहाय श्लोका padite lagila. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very pleased to hear Vallabha Bhatta quoting from Shastra about the position of a devotee. The Lord praised him personally and feeling ecstatic love of Godhead began to quote many verses from Shastra. Thank you, Mataji. Hari
Hare
Bol.
Krishna. Thank you so much. And now we will see what are the verses quoted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in glorification of the pure devotees of the Lord, right? Vallabha Bhattacharya started off by quoting this Aho Bhato Svo Pachoto Gariyan, right? Vartate Nama Tubhyam. That verse saying that any person who chants holy names of the Lord is even better than a Brahmana. He is a Vaishnava. Shuchi Sadbhakti Deeptagni Dagda Durjati Kalmashaha Shwapakopi Budhai Shlagyo Na Vedagnopi Nastikaha. Anyone wants to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Dandavat Pranam. Shuchihi Sadbhakti Deepakatim Diptagni Dagdha Durjati
Kalmashaha
Dagdha Durjati Kalmashaha Swapakopi Buddham Shlagyo Na Veda Jinopi Nastikaha. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Mataji, can you please scroll the slide up?
Yeah, can you see?
Yeah. Slightly. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, a person who has the pure characteristic of a Brahmana due to devotional service, which is like a blazing fire burning to ashes all the sinful reactions of past lives, it's certainly saved from the consequences of sinful acts such as taking birth in a lower family. Even though he may be born in a family of dog-eaters, he is recognized by learned scholars. But although
Mataji, 1 second, there's some disturbance. 1 second. I'll just mute everyone. There's some disturbance going on behind.
Done, Mataji.
Okay. So, yeah, who was reading? Shameshwari Mataji, right?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
But although a person may be a learned scholar in Vedic knowledge, he is not recognized if he is an atheist. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. A person who has the
Hare
pure
Krishna.
characteristics of a... Hare Krishna. Am I audible? Okay. So, see, what is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying here? A person who has the pure characteristics of a Brahmana due to devotional service, which is like a blazing fire, burning to ashes all the sinful actions of past lives. Why? Whatever. That is why this is a process is called initiation, right? In the initiation, what happens? The spiritual master actually takes away all the sinful reactions of the disciple, right? There is this Agni that is there, and that what does that fire do? That fire actually burns out or takes away all of our sinful reactions. So we start on a fresh slate. The process of devotional service. That's what is mentioned here. The process of devotional service burns to ashes all the sinful reactions of the past lifetimes, right? We've accumulated this. It's not our first life, right? Zindagi na milegi dobara. No, right? Zindagi milta rahega aur hum log yahan pe sadte rahenge, right? Unless we take to the process of devotional service. One is certainly saved from the consequences of sinful acts, such as taking birth in a lower family, right? Sometimes we face certain difficulties because it is arising from our previous prarabdha karma, right? When we cause some trouble to previously to somebody, then somebody else becomes an instrument for us to receive the reactions of that particular person's activities. Similarly, one may be born in a low family, and similarly, one may be born in a very high, Vedic. But he may become, he may be a Mayavadi, right? We find in so many people in South India. You're all very well learned in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam and all. They do Bhagavata Saptaha and all. But they don't believe in the personal form of the Lord, right? So that is a very unfortunate situation. They are born in a Brahminical family. They are well versed in Vedic knowledge. But ultimately, it is Rama eva hi kevalam. It is all useless endeavor unless we realize that we are the servants of the Lord. Otherwise, we'll be keeping on roaming around this Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, Dukkha, Doshanu, Darshanam in this material world of Janma, Mrityu, Jara and Vyadi. Text number 75. So these are all various verses from various scriptures that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is quoting, giving the qualities of the importance of devotional service. What is the glory of devotional service? Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya Jati Shastram Japastapah Apranashyeva Dehasya Mandanam Lokaranjanam. Okay, now let me, I have to do this. Okay, Chandana Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams.
Devotees who want to read, can raise your hand and then we can read like that. Yeah.
Bhagavad Bhakti Nasya Jati Shastram Japastapaha Apranasyeva Dehasya Mandanam Lokaranjanam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. For a person devoid of devotional service, birth in a great family or nation, knowledge of the revealed scriptures, performance of austerities and penance, and chanting of Vedic mantras are all like ornaments on a dead body. Such ornaments simply serve the concocted pleasures of the general populace.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very, very beautiful verse. Very, very beautiful verse. Right? What does it say? That sometimes they decorate the entire body. They put a lot of bangles and ornaments and all, and then they take the body to the crematorium, right? And then people follow it. People follow the body being taken and all that, right? But what is the value of that? There is no value to it, right? Such ornaments which are adorning a dead body, right, has no value because there is no beauty attached to it. Why is there beauty? There is beauty only because of the spark or the spirit soul present in the body. Otherwise, nobody cares for a dead body, right? We say he has left, right? Who has left? The body is still there. So who has left? The spirit soul or the Jivatma has left. And then there is nothing attractive about that person anymore. The same person, like I was hearing someone's class was saying, the husband and wife are so attached to each other. But, when the husband dies or the wife dies, then the husband or the wife, the surviving member is scared to sit with the dead body all alone. Right? Yeah, she wants the son or some relatives to come and stay with her. She doesn't want to stay alone with that dead body. The same person whom she has been living for 50 years, 60 years, 70 years from the time of marriage. But when the spirit soul leaves the body, then it becomes dangerous. We are no longer attractive and we are getting scared by the same person. Right? So we are not that person. The body is not the person. Right? Jatasya idvo mrityur dhruvam janma mritasya cha tasmad apariharyeti natvam shojitam arhasi. Right? So although there is pain because the person has left, still there is fear in the heart, right? Because the spirit soul has already left the body like that. Like, so what is the value of the ornaments on such a dead body? Such is whatever is the value of the ornaments on such a dead body, like that only the life of a person who is devoid of devotional services as useful as the ornaments on a dead body. Very wonderful verse. All right, so let's move on to text number 76. This kills all our false ego. We think we can enjoy this material world. Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is like cutting all of our false attachments to material things. Even Bhagavad Gita does that, but as we progress Bhagavad Gita to Bhagavatam, it's more. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's much more. These are verses quoted by the Lord himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prabhura prema vesha ara prabhava bhakti sara saundaryadi dekhi bhattera haila chamatkara. Okay, so this is the author is actually talking about how the Lord was feeling ecstatic love, and Vallabha Bhattacharya, he was actually amazed to see the Lord's ecstasy about talking about devotional service. Okay, so Arun Gupta Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat.
Prabhura prema veshara prabhava bhakti sara saundaryadi dekhi bhatera haila chamatkara. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When he saw the Lord's ecstatic love, Vallabha Bhattacharya was certainly very much astonished. He was also astonished by the Lord's knowledge of the essence of devotional service, as well as by his personal beauty and influence. Hare Krishna. Yeah,
thank you. Saundarya means beauty, right? Saundarya and Deki Bhattera Haila Chamatkar. Chamatkar means it is like a magic, right? How can a person exhibit so much of ecstasy and transcendental symptoms? Because he's the Lord himself, right? Why would he exhibit anything less? Sagane Prabhure Bhatta Nauka Te Chadana Bhiksha Dite Nija Gare Chalila Laya. Who'll read? Gayatri Mataji, yeah, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat.
Hare Krishna. Dandavats.
Sagane Prabhu re batta nauka te chadaya Bhiksha dite nijagare chali lalaya. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vallabha Bhattacharya then put Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates aboard a boat and took them to his own place to offer them lunch. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Vallabha Bhattacharya is taking Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. Who are the associates here? Rupa Goswami is there. Vallabha is there. All of them, they are. Vallabha Bhattacharya is taking Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates to his home for lunch. Yamuna Jala Deki Chikana Shamala Prema Veshi Mahaprabhu Haila Vivala. Right? So I don't see any hands. I think everybody is read. So now we will just discuss the past tense. We'll read and discuss. So as he was going to Vallabha Bhattacharya's place, he was crossing the river. And then while he was crossing, he became ecstatic. Why? Because the black waters, it is Yamuna river, right? And the Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana, Yamuna Tiravanachari, right? One is done. Krishna has done amorous pastimes in the river Yamuna. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the black river Yamuna, black waters, he became filled with transcendental ecstatic love. Hankara Kari, right? Where have we seen this? Hankara Garjanadi. Advaita Ashtakam, right? Advaita Acharya, he did this, right? He did Hankara. That means he shouted on top of his voice, calling Lord Krishna, oh Krishna, you have to come in this age of Kali to actually deliver these people of the age of Kali, right? He worshipped the Shaligram Shila with Tulasi and Ganges water. And in loud voice, Hankara. So this is what is mentioned here. The same word is used, Hankara. Hankara means very excited. When we get very excited, what do? We shout, isn't it? So that Hankara Kari Yamunara Jale Dila Jampa. Jampa means he jumped into the water of the Yamuna and shouting very loudly. And that made a great sound. Hankara. Prabhu Deki Sabhara Mane Haila Bhaya Kampa. Bhaya means fear. Seeing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu suddenly jumping into the water, everybody got scared. Ashtevyaste Sabedhari Prabhure Uthaila Naukara Upare Prabhu Nachitya Lagila. They all, what did they do? They hastily grabbed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and tried to pull him out of the water. Once on the boat's platform, the Lord again began to dance, right? His ecstasy was not coming to an end. In ecstasy, he jumped and then his associates pulled him out and again he started dancing on the boat. Mahaprabhu Rubhare Nauka Karetala Mala Dhubi Tela Gila Nauka Jala Ke Bhare Jala. Right? The Lord was dancing and jumping on the boat. Because of the Lord's weight, what happened? Especially because the Lord was dancing, the boat began to tilt. And then what happens when the boat tilts? It began filling up with water. And what happens when the boat fills up with water? It starts sinking on the ocean like that. Yadyapi Bhattera Age Prabhura Dairya Haila Mana Durvara Udbhata Prema Nahe Samvarana. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tried to restrain himself. Like we discussed yesterday also, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not want to show his ecstatic symptoms to everybody. Right? So he was trying to control and keep calm. But his ecstatic love could not be checked. Desha Patra Deki Mahaprabhu Dairya Haila Adha Ilera Gate Nauka Siu Tharila. Seeing the circumstances, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became finally calm because he was seeing that all of the others are getting perturbed. Because the ship, the boat is sliding, tilting, water is entering into the boat. He is dancing in ecstasy. Everybody is in fear. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought to himself, okay, let me become calm so that the boat can reach the shore of Adaila and let's land there. Bhaye Bhatta Sangara he Madhyana Karaya Nija Grihe Anila Prabhure Sangita Laya. Fearing for the Lord's welfare, Vallabha Bhattacharya stayed in his association, right? Because somebody had to be there to manage Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going, in his ecstasy, nobody knew. He himself didn't know what he was doing. And then after arranging for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's bath, then Bhattacharya took the Lord to his own house. Anandita Haya Bhatta Dila Divyasana Apane Karila Prabhura Pada Prakshalana. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived at the home of Vallabha Bhattacharya was so pleased that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has personally come to his home. He offered the Lord a very nice sitting place and Pada Prakshalana. And he personally washed the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Savamshesi jala mastake dharila nutana kopina bahir vasaparaila. Then Vallabha Bhattacharya and his whole family sprinkled that water, right? Bhakta pada dhuliyara, bhakta pada jala, bhakta bhukta avasheshatina mahabala, right? Bhakta pada jala. Then now they've got the water that has washed the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that water they sprinkled on their heads, right? That is what is most purifying. That will help us advance in our devotional service. Then they offered the Lord a new dress and garments to wear. Gandha pushpa dhupa deepa mahapuja kaila Bhattacharya manya kari pakakaraila. Then Vallabha Bhattacharya worshipped the Lord with great pomp, offering scents, incense, flowers, and lamp. Gandha means a beautiful scents, right? Tomorrow we will have to offer sandalwood to our as part of Bhishma Panchaka Vrata. Day 3 we are offering sandalwood paste to the Lord. Today we offered bilva leaves. Yesterday we offered lotus to the lotus feet of the Lord. Like this, the Bhishma Panchaka Vrata, Panchavrata, right? Bhishma Panchaka Vrata, we are offering 5 different objects on 5 different days as given in Padma Puran, right? With the pleasure of Srimati Radharani. So that she will recommend us for Krishna Prema, isn't it? So all of the austerities that we are doing, all of the seva that we are doing, we should do it only for the purpose of attaining Krishna Prema, love for Krishna. So tomorrow we'll be offering this sandalwood paste to the lotus navel of Lord Sri Krishna, like that. So Vallabha Bhattacharya worshipped the Lord with gandha, scents, pushpa, flowers, dhupa, incense, deepa, lamps, mahapuja, kaila. In this way he worshipped the Supreme Lord. Bhattacharya manyakari means with great respect. Paka karaila. He started cooking for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhiksha karaila prabhure sasneha yatane Rupa Goshani Dui Bhaye Karaila Bojane. In this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was offered lunch with great care and affection. Sneha. Sneha means affection. The brothers Rupa Goswami and Sri Vallabha were also offered for Rupa Goshai Dui Bhaye. Who are the 2 brothers who went with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu along with Vallabha Bhattacharya? Our Rupa and Vallabha. They were also offered nice food. Bhattacharya Shri Rupe Deo Yaila Vashesha Tabesi Prasada Krishna Dasa Paila Shesha. So Vallabha Bhattacharya, what did he do? He offered the remnants of the Lord's food. First Chaitanya Mahaprabhu honored prasadam, and after that his remnants, right? Avashesha, Bhakti Bhukta Avashesha, Tina Mahabala. So again, after Jala, then they got this Uchishta of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which was given to Rupa Goswami and then to Krishnadas. Mukhavasa diya prabhure karaila shayana apane bhatta karena prabhura pada samvahana. Then the Lord was given spices to purify his mouth, right? We also had that soft kind of thing. Afterwards, he was made to rest, and then Vallabha Bhattacharya personally massaged the Lord's lotus feet. Prabhu bhatha ila tare karite bojana kari aila teho prabhura charane. When Vallabha Bhattacharya was massaging the lotus feet of the Lord asked him to go and take prasadam. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was always worried about his devotees, right? Even in the what is that Leela? Raghunatha Dasa Goswami was punished. Panihatti Leela, right? What happened? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally came there when Nityananda Prabhu and Raghunatha Dasa Goswami was feeding everybody. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally came there, and then after he had prasadam, then Nityananda Prabhu said, "Now you all have prasadam." So in this way, the lordships, right? They have these ecstatic leelas, and they also ensure that all the devotees who are putting up this festival, they also have their prasadam. And then he returned to the lotus feet of the Lord. So he went and took prasadam, and then he came back to the Lord. Hena kale aile Raghupati Upadhyaya Tiruhita Pandita Bhada Vaishnava Mahashaya. At that time, Raghupati Upadhyaya of the Tiruhita district arrived. He was a very great learned scholar, a great devotee, and a respectable gentleman. And here Prabhupada is giving explanation on what is the meaning of Tiruhita. Right? The place Tiruhita is a combination of 4 districts in Bihar, namely Saran, Champaran, Muzaffarpur, and Darbhanga. And the people of the state are called Tirutiya. Okay. Asiteha Kaila Prabhur Charana Vandana Krishne Mati Rahu Bali Prabhura Vachana. So what did Raghupati Upadhyaya do? He first offered his respects to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the Lord gave him his blessing, saying, always stay in Krishna consciousness. Krishna Matir Astu. Always remember Krishna. Never forget Krishna. In this way, we can always be Krishna conscious. Shuniyana Andita Haila Upadhyaya Ramana Prabhu Tare Kahila Kaha Krishnera Varnana. Raghupati Upadhyaya was so pleased. He started with Krishnera Varnana. That means he started describing Lord Shri Krishna. He was very pleased to hear the Lord's blessings. Upadhyaya Ramana Prabhu Tare Kahila Kaha Krishnera Varnana. He started the praising the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, let's see what is happening. Nijakrita Krishna Leela Shloka Padila Shuni Mahaprabhura Maha Prema Vesha Haila. Right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is becoming overwhelmed with ecstasy. Maha Prema Vesha Haila. Right? He was getting into transcendental ecstasy by hearing Raghupati Upadhyaya talking about important verses that glorify Lord Krishna himself and his wonderful pastimes. Hearing those verses, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was overwhelmed with ecstatic love. Shrutima parismriti mitare bharata manye bhajantu bhavabhitah ahamiya nandam vande yasyalinde param brahma. Raghupati Upadhyaya recited, those who are afraid of material existence worship the Vedic literature, right? Karma Kanda section of the Vedic literature, because it is given in the Vedas that if you are afraid, you worship certain goddess. If you want good learning, then you worship Saraswati Devi. If you want material wealth, you worship Lakshmi Devi, like that. So those who are afraid of something, they worship the Vedic literature. Some worship Smriti. Smriti means Smriti, and there are two things, Shruti and Smriti. Right? Smriti means the explanations or the corollaries to the Vedic literature. And others worship Mahabharata. Mahabharata is Puranas. So as far as I am concerned, I worship Krishna's father. Who is Krishna's father? Maharaja Nanda. Nandagar Ananda Bhayo Jai Kanaiya Lal Ki. Right? So Nanda Lal, that's why he's called Nanda Lal. He's the father of Krishna. And who is glorifying him? Raghupati Upadhyaya is glorifying Nanda Maharaj. In whose courtyard? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Absolute Truth is playing. Very wonderful, isn't it? Every day we are doing Damodar Leela, where we are also talking about Nanda Maharaj's courtyard, where Kuvera and Manigriva, Nala Kuvera and Manigriva standing as trees, and how they got delivered when little Damodar actually pulled the motor and hit it against those two trees. And those two became Gandharvas. They resumed their forms and they went back. Right? They were so fortunate. Actually, Narada Muni cursed them because they were sporting pastimes in Mandakini Ganga, all naked and all. So Narada Muni said, you like being naked, you become trees. And then when they offered their obeisances and they pleaded with Narada Muni, what did Narada Muni say? You'll become trees in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj, wherein Lord Krishna will personally come and deliver you. And in this, what happened? The curses became blessing. So in this way, Raghupati Upadhyaya is thinking of the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj, where he's describing, I am worshipping Krishna's father Nanda Maharaj, whose courtyard is where Amor Leela, the various Leelas. Damodar Leela was performed in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. Right? Like there's so many wonderful Leelas. Right? Krishna was feeding butter to the monkeys. He was sitting on the motor. He jumped over the motor, ran away from Yashoda Maya. All of these, Satyavrata Muni describes very beautifully in the Damodar Ashtakam. So all of these Leelas happened in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. This was recited by Raghupati Upadhyaya, was later included in Sri Rupa Goswami's Padyavali. Okay, text number 97. आगे कहा प्रभु वाक्य उपाध्याय कहिला Raghupati Upadhyaya Namaskara Kaila. When Raghupati Upadhyaya was requested by the Lord to recite more, immediately offered his respects to the Lord and granted his request. So, see, the Lord wants to hear about Krishna, and somebody wants to speak about Krishna. Why will the Lord say no? And the Lord wanted to hear more and more and more about Krishna. Kam pratikata itu mishe sampratiko va pratitum ayatu gopati tanaya kunje gopavaduti vitam brahma. To whom? Okay, Bhavana Mataji, you want to read? Go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Yeah. Kamprati kata.
You want to read the verse?
Yes, Mataji. Kamprati kata itu mishe samprati kova pratitam ayatu gopati tanaya kunje gopa bhaduti vitam brahma. Translation by A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai. To whom can I speak? Who will believe me when I say that Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is hunting the gopis in the bushes by the banks of the river Yamuna? In this way, the Lord demonstrated his pastimes. Haribol, thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, yeah. Whom can I speak? Who will believe me when I say that Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Why is he talking about this? Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? Because we need to understand the greatness of Krishna before we talk about the gopis, leelas with the Krishna. Right? He did all these amorous pastimes in Yamuna, but we are not qualified to talk about all these subject matters because see, generally, the Vishnu form, we are quite awe and reverence of the Vishnu form because he's got four hands, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. But Krishna, he's only having a two-handed form, right? That's why people hear his Rasa Leela and then they go and imitate Lord Sri Krishna. And then Prabhupada mentions in the purport, in the Krishna book and also in the Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, Prabhupada mentions such people who want to imitate Krishna should imitate the Govardhan Leela. They should imitate, they are not able to maintain even one wife properly. Krishna maintained 16,108 wives. And he actually constructed 16,108 palaces where he was present there simultaneously. Like that. So those things one should imitate, right? One should not imitate the Rasa Leela, right? Krishna does uncommon Leelas which cannot be imitated. And at the same time, he does all these transcendental pastimes which should not be imitated, right? Rather, we should be in awe and reverence of that Supreme Lord. That is why the first 9 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam talk about the greatness of the Lord, the greatness of this creation, everything, so that we understand the greatness of the Lord, and then we don't imitate the Lord, but rather we follow the instructions of the Lord, like that. In this way, the Lord demonstrated his pastimes. Of course, Chaitanya Charitamrita is very high level. That is why all of these very, very intricate pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna with the gopis and Srimati Radharani, all those examples are given. So one has understood that one has read the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, one has properly understood the position of Lord Sri Krishna as Ishvaraha Parama Krishna, Satchit Ananda Vigraha, Anadir Adir Govindaha, Sarva Karana Karanam, Chintamani, Prakrasadmasu Kalpa Vriksha, Laksha Vriteshu Surabir, Abhipalayantam, Lakshmi Sahasrashata Sambram Sevyamanam, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Vajami. Millions and kotis of Lakshmis are worshipping this Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even Satyavrata Muni says that Namami Ishwaram Satchit Ananda Rupam. Right? He's also talking about the opulence of the Lord. So we have to understand the opulence of the Lord before we progress towards understanding these lovely Leelas of the Lord. So that we don't misinterpret, we don't try to imitate, we don't have any wrong ideas in the mind, because that can cut our, that can destroy our creeper of bhakti. As it is, our creeper is so fledgling, it's just growing. We have to be very careful what we are hearing and how we are understanding those tattvas. That's why Prabhupada always says, here Bhagavatam only from a bona fide devotee, a devotee coming in the bona fide parampara. He gives a very good example where he says, milk is generally very healthy. So study of Bhagavatam is also very, very healthy for our spiritual life. But if the milk is touched by the lips of a serpent, then the same milk will cause poisonous effect. Similarly, Bhagavatam is very pure. But when you hear Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita from a devotee, from a person who is not coming in the bona fide parampara, then it can have poisonous effects. That means it will cut the root of our bhakti. That's why we have to be very careful. Okay, let's continue. Prabhu kahe na kaha teho pade Krishna Leela prema veshe prabhura deha mana alu yaila. Shameshwari Mataji, you want to go ahead? Oh, okay, I have to unmute you once again. Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Mataji, pranam. Prabhu kahe na kaha teno pade Krishna Leela prema vishe prabhura deha mana alu yaila. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested Raghupati Upadhyay to continue speaking about the pastimes of Sri Krishna. Thus the Lord was absorbed in the ecstatic love and his mind
and body
slackened.
Yeah. Teho pade Krishna Leela. Again and again. Go on. Like Govardhan was saying, Aniyor, give me more food, like that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who's Krishna himself, now in the form of a devotee, is saying, come on, continue, go on, talking about Lord Sri Krishna. right? When they activate on the spiritual platform, they slacken on the material platform. Yeah. So, we cannot, practice both spiritual and material life. Sometimes we think, yeah, I want to practice spiritual life also. In the morning, I will chant. And in the afternoon, what I will do? I will also watch TV serials. I will go and watch movies. I will go and play cricket match. I will watch cricket. Like that, I will waste my time. But morning 2 hours, I will practice spiritual life. It doesn't work like that, right? Because our entire lifetime is going to be a preparation if we want to go back home, back to Godhead. So the entire lifetime is a preparation. So we cannot have this thing. There's a very beautiful example that is given where a person is rowing the boat the entire night. And the next day morning also he's finding himself there. Why? Because he's not removed the anchor. And that's why it's very important. We have to remove the anchor on our dependence on material things. Then only we can catch hold of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? We cannot not remove the anchor also and keep rowing. Then what is it? Nothing is happening. We are still staying there. Only useless efforts, right? Shrama eva hi kevalam, they say, right? So useless efforts unless we have the right person to guide us and who takes us on this boat, right? The spiritual master, there is this beautiful verse in Nectar of Devotion, which says this human body is the best boat for us to cross this ocean of material existence. The spiritual master is the captain of this boat. And what do we have to do? We have to just follow the captain and do what he is saying and remain in the boat. And then we will reach our destination of Krishna Prema. Sorry. Prema deki upadhyayera haila chamatkara manushya nahe ho Krishna karila nirdhara. Padma Mataji, go ahead. Text number 100.
Krishna Mother, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Haila chamatkara manushya nahe ho Krishna karila nirdhara. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When Raghupati Upadhyaya saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's ecstatic symptoms, he decided that the Lord was not a human being but Krishna himself.
Yeah, Manushya nahe hiyo, right? Manushya nahe hiyo. You are not a human being, right? Because of your ecstatic symptoms, I can understand. Krishna karila nirdhara, right? You are Krishna himself, that is saying. Okay. Prabhu kahe upadhyaya shreshta manakaya shyamameva param rupam kahe upadhyaya. Anyone else? Okay. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Raghupati Upadhyaya, according to your decision, who is the foremost being? Right? Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to ask questions to Raghupati Upadhyaya. What is Raghupati Upadhyaya replied? Shama Sundara is the supreme form. Shamam eva param rupam. Right? The three-banga form of Shama Sundara, who is the color of the bluish black rain cloud, which we cannot perceive with our eyes. But it is the color when it is just about to rain. That is the color of the cloud, which is the most attractive color of Lord Sri Krishna. So what is Kahe Upadhyaya? What did Upadhyaya say? He said, Shamam eva param rupam, right? The foremost being is Lord Shama Sundara. Shama rupera vasa sthana shreshta manakaya puri madhu puri vara kahe Upadhyaya. And then now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking, of all Krishna's abodes, Shama rupera vasasthana. Vasasthana means the place out of all the abodes of Krishna, which is the best. Shreshta manakaya. Right? Very, very wonderful. These verses are so wonderful. How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants Krishna to be glorified, right? So, which is the most wonderful abode of Lord Sri Krishna? Puri Madhu Puri Vara Kahe Upadhyaya. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Raghupati Upadhyaya is saying Madhupuri or Mathura Dham is certainly the best. There's a wonderful purport. Anyone wants to read? Okay. Bhuvana Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam Mataji.
Dandavats.
Can you scroll little down, Mataji? Little bit.
Down or up?
Down, Mataji.
Okay. Is it okay?
Yeah, fine, Mataji. Fine, Mataji. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Krishna has many forms as stated in Brahma Samhita 5.33. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Ananta Rupam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Raghupati Upadhyaya which form was the best of Lord Krishna. Millions of forms, and he immediately replied that the supreme form was the Shama Sundara form. In that form, Krishna stands curved in 3 places and holds his flute. The Shama Sundara form is also described in Brahma Samhita 5.38. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Shantas Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship the Premeable Lord Govinda, who is always seen by Mataji, little down, Mataji, sorry.
Oh, who's always seen by the devotee?
Whose eyes are anointed with the pulp of love. He is seen in his eternal form of Shamasundara, situated within the heart of the devotee. Those who are filled with aesthetic love for Krishna always see the form of Shamasundara within their hearts. Raghupati Upadhyaya confirms that the absolute truth, the supreme personality of Godhead, has many incarnations, Narayana, Narasimha, Varaha, and others. But Krishna is distinguished as the supermost. According to Srimad Bhagavatam 1.3.28, Krishna is the Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. Krishna means Shamasundara, who plays his flute in Vrindavana. Of all forms, this form is the best of all. Krishna lives sometimes in Mathura and sometimes in Dwaraka, but Mathura is considered the better place. This is also confirmed by Rupa Goswami in his Upadeshamrita, Vaikunta Janito Vara Madhupuri. Madhupuri or Mathura is far superior to the Vaikunta Logos in the spiritual world. Haribol, thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So thank you so much. So here, the same, if we see in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we also see that even there was this conversation between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai also, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was saying, which is better? Then Chaitanya Ramananda Rai said, Varnashrama Dharma. And he's saying, very nice, but there is something better. Until he attained, he came to the level of the Gopis' love for Krishna and Radha's love for Krishna. And then, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked more questions. And then Ramananda Rai said, I am a stringed instrument. I am a veena. And you are playing me as you like, right? So in this way, there was this conversation. Here we also see the same conversation between Upadhyaya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, wherein he says that Yam Shama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Bhajami. Out of all forms of Krishna, the Shama Sundar form is the best. Of all the dhams, Mathura, when we say Mathura, is Vrindavan. Vrindavan dham is within Mathura, isn't it? So, in the distance of Mathura. So it said that Mathura dham is the best, even better than Dwaraka dham. Because there is a lot of opulence that is attached to both to Dwaraka as well as in the Vaikuntha planets. The opulence is much more. But in Vrindavan Dham, in Mathura Vrindavan Dham, the opulence is to that extent very, very less, because the Madhurya overseeds or supersedes the opulence or the Aishwarya Bhav. And then Rupa Goswami also mentions in Upadeshamrita verse number 9. What does he say? Vaikunta Janito Vara Madhupuri. Madhupuri is also called Mathura. Madhupuri means Madhurya Rasa Puri. That means the entire place is engulfed with sweetness of the Lord. And it is far superior to the Vaikuntha Lokas of the spiritual world. Because Vaikuntha Lokas of the spiritual world is where Lakshmi Devi is doing Pada Sevanam to the Supreme Lord. There is too much of Dasya Bhav, Sakya Bhav and Vatsalya Bhav. But very, very less of Madhurya and even Vatsalya Bhav to that extent. Right? We see only Krishna Leela and where there are all these wonderful Leelas like Damodar Leela, all this happens. Where the Leelas are so much full of mellows and transcendental love exhibited between the Lord and his devotees. So here we will stop. We are stopping at text number 102, and then we will continue now on Monday. On next Wednesday, right? We're having Wednesday, Thursday, Friday Chaitanya Lila class. So thank you very much for your kind attention. Mancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koji Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Yes, Padma Mataji. Actually, everybody can unmute themselves now. There's some noise going on in the background because I generally cannot focus. So that's why. All right. Yes, because I lose my trail of thought. Yes, Padma Mataji, you want to ask something?
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna. Mataji, that during these 5 days of Bhishma Panchak, first day we are supposed to offer the lotus flower. Second day, what? Can you just repeat?
I posted in the group, Mataji. Today is the second day. Today we offer Bilva leaves to the Lord. And then tomorrow we offer Gandha. So like this, and day after tomorrow we offer this Java flower. Like that, all the 5 days it's given. So I'll post it in the group. Okay.
Yeah, okay, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Mataji, can you
Hare
please post that bhajan that you had mentioned in the beginning of the class?
Boro Kripa Koile Krishna. That's Markine Bhagavata.
Okay,
That is a
okay,
song
Mataji.
written in the Jaladuta.
Okay, okay, Mataji. I have that in the song book. Okay, I'll look to it. Thank you, Mataji.
It's also there in ISKCON Desiratory Vaishnava songs. Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantaraj Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Dwadashi Vrata ki jai. Bhishma Panchaka Vrata ki jai. कार्तिक दीपदान महामहोत्सव की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Madhya.
Dhananjana.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Pranam.
Pranams, Mataji.
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Dandavad
Mataji.
Pranam, Mataji.
Mataji, with your permission, can I end this meeting, Mataji?